The other inspirational person is Melvin Joseph.
So, I want to understand, you originally came from a science background, right? So, how did you transition? So, I'll try to understand, but first let's start with your early life. Okay.
As I told you in the morning,
Imagine a comet headed straight for the Earth and our doom is almost guaranteed. But if we could somehow slightly nudge it and change its course by just 1 degree, the comet would now travel to a new path, to a new destination that is nowhere close to where it was supposed to go. Just a course correction of 1 degree can change a comet's fate. Life is a lot like that. I am traveling to Kerala to meet with Melvin Joseph, the man who course-corrected the entire model of financial planning in India. Melvin has a rich experience in the insurance industry, having worked in the top managements of LIC, Kotak, Bajaj Allianz and SBI Life. But after almost 2 decades, he decided to quit his job because he could not find that one thing: purpose. The rampant mis-selling and the unethical practices in the insurance space used to disturb him a lot, and that's when he knew what he needed to do. Back then, and even now to a large extent, the financial advisory business is based on commissions. This creates a huge bias because advisors may be more likely to sell you products that pay higher commissions to them, even if those products are bad for you. Melvin was the first person to disrupt this practice.
if I can create another 50 planets like me or Ajay, who will be attending to the middle class clients, then the next 10 years my life will be great.
He course-corrected the fate of Indian middle-class families. Most financial planners today wouldn't want Melvin and his story to become popular. He doesn't sell any financial product, doesn't earn any commissions, and therefore has no vested interest in recommending anything. This allows him to make an actual difference in the lives of Indian middle class by helping them create true wealth without paying hefty charges. Melvin has made wealth for himself and his clients, and yet he is a simple man who drives a Wagoner and has a motto of staying away from the luxury of all kinds.
This is Melvin sir, and he has a lot of high-paying clients. He makes a lot of money. He bought a Bentley. See. kidding. Bentley मेरी है.
क्या?
Bentley मेरी है.
अच्छा.
Kidding.
I will never purchase a Bentley. I told you I am a Maruti man.
Instead, he focuses his time and money to pay for the education of more than 500 poor kids.
One boy in Karnataka is already working as a sub-inspector. He is trying to get into IBS. Okay, and 2-3 people are bank employees now, and one boy is studying for MBBS. I supported him only till 12th. After that, now that boy is studying in MBBS in Delhi.
For me personally, this is a life well lived. This is the greatest happiness I could hope for. I'm glad people like Melvin exist, and I'm super glad that I'm able to spend time with them and get inspired. Not just spend time, but we took Melvin with us to explore Kochi as well.
I also know a few words in Malayalam.
Really? Which are the words?
So Parli means church.
Church, correct.
He's also very compassionate, and he's also helped so many couples with their finances, and also widows and widowers with their term insurance claim.
Okay.
If there is any problem with a claim, if they go to him, he does it pro bono. All that is done pro bono. So he's a very inspirational person.
This is episode 6 of Jagruk Talks Season 2, powered by Cred. Let's learn from Melvin's first-hand experience about the insurance frauds, mis-selling of personal finance products, injustice done to lakhs of families, and so much more. Let's discuss the problems and possible solutions in the personal finance space. This podcast was made possible by Cred. Download Cred app from the link below to manage and pay all your bills, including credit cards, and get rewarded for being financially disciplined.
Okay. Enjoy. Bye.
So was this a call from one of your clients?
I was a call from one of my clients who was a bachelor. She got married. So she's going abroad for a honeymoon trip. So she just asked me about the travel insurance, which company she should purchase. And I told the name of the company. Then she told, I forgot to tell you. I was about to tell you. 3 days back I got married. Okay, so I had to share the good news with my financial planner so that you'll also be aware of that.
Oh.
Told her I used to get such calls from the people who are getting married, those are having the children, and those are getting promoted, getting better job and all those things. So this is how I make my day better. So I feel really happy when there is a life change in their life also.
This is Melvin sir, and he has a lot of high-paying clients. He makes a lot of money. He bought a Bentley. See.
I will never purchase a Bentley. I told you I'm a Maruti man. It's my fourth car. I'm still maintaining my Maruti.
You'll never purchase a Bentley because you like Mercedes, right?
No, I don't. I will never buy a high end. My policy is very simple. I will go to the Maruti showroom, or I will discuss with my friends who are expert in that. I will find which is the lowest model Maruti. I will drop that. I will buy the second from the bottom. Next time I may go for something similarly. Maybe a without gear. No, 55 automatic, and that may be the only thing. Otherwise, I don't have the thrill of driving. Always use Uber Ola only. So this is only for personal use. Maybe 3 kilometers to charge and all those things. Otherwise, I don't use. Always better to have a Uber, so you need not worry about parking or anything like that. That's my way of thinking. But there are people, everybody in the family, everybody like driving, and they are all laughing at me using this Wagoner. So what I encouraged him is that he is with me from the beginning. His name is Ajay. I recruited him for SBI Live when I was working. Okay. And now he's with me in Finway. So now in April he is applying for his own license as a financial planner. And I supported him maximum in the sense because he is going to attend to a segment which I am not even attending. So he will be charging a fee of just 11,000 rupees in the first year. So even the people in the middle class will be able to get this financial planning service. Okay. So like the boy I told in the morning, somebody is contacting me. He's a government teacher. He feels my fee of 18,000 is also a bit high. So for such people, this Ajay will be attending. Okay. So I'm very happy. So my idea is to create at least around 50 financial planners like Ajay in the next 10 years, possibly if my health permits. Oh. So now I am 55. See, I am attending to around 1,200 clients now. In fact, if I can create another 50 planners like me or Ajay, who will be attending to the middle class clients, then the next 10 years my life will be great. Otherwise, in industries like that, they are all attending to only the high class. If you look at the big names in the industry, I don't want to name, because I was handling this profile during my SBI Life days. I was heading institutionalized channel for SBI Life. So I was handling all big brokers, corporate agents for SBI Life. Okay. So I don't want to name anyone. You'll be knowing some of the best big names in this industry. Those people, when we meet them for empaneling them to this company, the way they talk is exactly opposite to what they preach in the TV. True. So for example, I can tell you one person when I met, he asked me, Melvin, how much is the commission in this product? And I told him, this is a ULIP product. We give 30% commission. Yeah. Because out of 100 rupees given by the investor, 70 rupees is invested and 30 rupees is going to the agent. Yeah. You know what that person told? He's a big man in the industry. Yeah. He told Melvin, Ulta karo. Ulta karo. Matlab, he wanted to give 70% commission and only 30 rupees to the investor. I told him, sorry, I'm not interested. I walked out. I walked out. And that man fixed up with another insurance company and they are paying the 70% commission. Think about an investor who paid 100 rupees. When he will recover this cost? If 70 is going to the commission, only 30 is invested, then when he calculates his return on his 100 rupees, what he actually paid, within how many years he will be able to recover the loss, and then he will get the profit.
Yeah, that's why they have the lock-in period of 5 years.
Yeah.
They have very shitty surrender value.
Exactly. So regulator is trying to improve the product, but country like India, where people know how to manipulate, so they are manipulating it. So in 2010, I left the industry. I really feel happy and thank God daily that I left a nasty industry at a stage where it was at the peak. And the way it has undergone the changes and the transformation and how ugly it has become, nobody can say.
Cochin feels like Panjim of Goa.
Something like that.
China net.
Fishing net. This is very common here. Everywhere we can see. Many families run this as a business for them. So each one will be owned by one person.
Okay.
So this person will be putting this thing, and when he take this out, he will get something.
Hello. Safe? Paka? Okay.
Now under the water net.
Oh, this feels scary. इतना बड़ा structure अपनी ही तरफ आ रहा है. Okay, let's see how many fish.
China people only introduced this concept in India.
Anji.
That is why it is called Chinese net. It will hold on.
Okay, now this is going down again.
Yeah.
With the net.
It will go with the net and it will stand on there.
Okay, बस अब मैं जिंदा निकल जाऊँ यहाँ से. जिंदा तो निकल जाऊँगा. पानी में नहीं डूबना है भाई. This must be the market.
This is the market mainly. People will come and purchase all these automatic things. I'm only 55.
Only 55.
Only 55.
You're my father's age, actually.
I always started occupying senior citizen seat in the bus because I don't put what is called a dye. So my beard and all will be purely white only. So if I get in the bus, people will give me seat. Thankfully I will accept that. Seeing that 60 plus.
So you have kids?
I have 2 daughters.
Okay.
First one is working in IBM.
Okay.
May not be. How old are you?
28.
Same. She's also 28. So second daughter is 26.
Okay.
She just completed her MSc B.Ed and is just working in a teacher. She
Okay.
want to be a teacher.
Okay. I also know a few words in Malayalam.
Really? Which are the words?
So Parli means church.
Church. Correct.
Pod-
This is Dutch architecture.
Yeah.
So I want to understand, you originally came from a science background, right? So how did you transition? So I'll try to understand, but first let's start with your early life. Okay.
As I told you in the morning, actually I was born in this city. The hospital in this city, almost 10 kilometers away from that. But I was brought up in a village, which is around 60 kilometers away from this. It's a border to Ernakulam and Idukki district of Kerala. So my early part of my schooling was in a government school. At that time there was no private school. So as usual I studied in the local government school. Then moved to a nearby college because at that time this 11th and 12th were attached to colleges. It was called pre-degree at that time. So I had done my pre-degree. And then I was good in academics. So got good marks. So the option was either engineering or medicine, or second choice was BSc. Within BSc it was maths and physics. So I don't like technology. As I told you in the morning, I don't like anything on technology. So I never opted for engineering. So then naturally there was a pressure from the family and teachers to go for the best BSc. Then I selected BSc Physics. I studied, but my outlook was to get a job because of the family condition. I want to get into a job at the earliest. So after age 18, I started, before 18 itself, I started looking for advertisement. So those days there was no private appointments. There was no opportunity in the private sector. It was only a handful of government jobs. No private sector at all existed in Kerala at that time. So I was looking for advertisement. One advertisement came from, first one was LIC. So they were recruiting people for the clerical cadre in a new division in Ernakulam. So I applied. Luckily I got it. And I passed the test and then I attended the interview. I got selected. So while studying final year of BSc, I got into LIC. I joined as an assistant, that is a clerical cadre in LIC. So transition from BSc Physics to insurance was quite normal. It was only because the first advertisement came and I grabbed it. And God's grace, I got it. Then I realized what are the options to be done to get a promotion in LIC to become an officer. Then I found out I had to clear some departmental exam. Then I cleared the licentiate, associate, and then fellowship and all those things, and I become an officer. So at the age of 94 I became an assistant administrative officer in LIC, which is equivalent to an officer in bank. It's a plum posting. Then I moved in cadre, so I became an assistant branch manager sales. Then I became a branch head. And I've seen from Kerala, I moved to Tamil Nadu. Then in Chennai, in 2000, I resigned. That was the time this private sector insurance companies were coming. Then I was fed up with this government sector because there was no scope for merit. So whatever we do, we have to wait for 5 years to get a promotion. Then it's all routine. So they don't want performance, they want the routine. Weightage was mainly for a seniority, not for the merit. Then I thought this is not the place for me. So I thought like me, look around. Then the private sector came. In 2000, the moment privatization came, I resigned and I joined the private sector. Then I worked for 3 different companies. And from LIC, I went to Kotak Life, then Bajaj Allianz Life, then SBI Life. Like that, I worked for 10 years in private sector insurance company. Then in 2010, I said goodbye to all those things and I started my own firm, that is Finmin Financial Planners in Mumbai. That's about me.
What made you start your financial planning firm? I mean, you obviously did not always wanted to do that. That's something you must have found out across the journey. So what was that moment?
See, I told you I worked in clerical cadre, officer cadre, as a branch head and all those things in LIC. Then in the private companies, I worked at a different level, heading a state, heading a region, then heading a vertical and all those things on a pan-India basis. But I realized, even being a member of a management committee of an insurance company, I can't do anything against the wrong things which is happening in the industry.
Right.
So whether it is, then I studied what is happening in other sectors like credit card or mutual fund or personal loan or home loan or something. I realized in personal finance, all the sector, there's a rampant mis-selling happening. So what is required for the investor or the policyholder there, that is not marketed. So for example, if someone is coming to you and selling a product in financial sector, 90% of the chances that that product is not good for you.
Right.
So I was not comfortable with the way the industry was going. I was making good money, growing up in Cadar, visited 10 plus countries as part of compensation and contest winning and all. All my agents were making good money. Companies were making huge profits.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I realized I am taking a share of the money which is given by a poor lady who is sitting in Bihar or in Tamil Nadu and all those things. I started feeling it is not the right place to be. So started pricking my conscience. Then I decided at the age of 42 to leave this and start something of my own where I will protect the interest of the investor and give the right advice.
Okay.
And then I started thinking what should be the right way to do that. So this type of an option was not available in India legally. But I studied the other countries where I visited and studied. And I realized there's a concept called fee-only financial planning, which is emerging in other countries. So if you want to do a CFP, then you can advise the client what are the things he should do, what are the things he should not do.
Right.
Then I resigned from SBI Life as a country head of institutional alliance channel. Then I got relieved. Then I took my CFP exam, Certified Financial Planner. Then I done another PG diploma in financial planning. After doing these two things, I started my own practice without any legal background because at that time there was no regulation required to become a financial planner. So I can either be a distributor come advisor or an advisor alone. So I decided to be an advisor alone because I don't want to get into distribution which I saw in and out and it was totally wrong. So I decided to be an advisor alone without any distribution tie-up. But there was no legal backup and as such there was no acceptance. Because when somebody is giving such advice free along with the product, why should somebody come here and take an advice by paying a fee?
Right.
That was a difficulty which I faced in 2010. So 2010 to 2014 was really a tough time where there was no income. I was living on my savings. After doing a good job, I was living on my savings. Every month I was selling my own savings and paying salary, paying rent and all those things was there. 2013, SEBI come out with the investment advisors regulation. So that has given me a legal backup that I am a SEBI registered investment advisor.
Right.
And in the same year, 2013, mutual funds introduced direct plan.
Right.
That means an investor can invest in mutual fund without an agent. That is a revolutionary change in India.
Right.
So all my clients who are investing earlier in the normal regular plan, I asked them to move to direct plan. So from 2013 onwards, all my clients invest only in direct plan. So they are saving the commission, which otherwise they will pay to the agent. So they give the right advice and they invest online without any agents and they are benefited out of that. That is how it is going. Now 13 years I am into this.
Okay.
So I have served around 2,500 clients. That means I prepared around 2,500 financial plans in this 13 years. Out of this, around 50% are still sticking on with me. So I have around active 1,200 clients with me now.
That's great. Such a big achievement.
And I know nobody was doing this thing in the beginning. In 2010 when I started, nobody was doing this service as a fee-only flat model.
Right.
Everybody was charging a percentage of their asset as the charges. So I can say I was one of the first in that model of flat fee model.
So when we talk about distribution and regular plans in the mutual funds and even insurance for that matter, insurance pay though we've talked so much and there's so much mis-selling. But what are some disadvantages of hiring a planner who charges a percentage of your assets?
Okay. That again depends on the amount he is having. So for example, if you have 1 lakh, then 1% of that is not very big.
Right.
But when you have that 1 lakh become 20 lakhs and 50 lakhs and 1 crore, then that 1% of that makes a lot of difference.
Right.
So some planners, what they charge, they don't charge the 1% of the entire amount. They will limit a upper cap, say 50,000 like that. But there are some people who are charging 1% of everything, including the bank FD. Including the bank FD. So for example, if you are a client and if you are coming with say 1 crore mutual fund portfolio and say 1 crore FD, there are people who are charging 1% on this 2 crore. And there are some people who are charging 1% only on the mutual fund. And there are some people who are charging only 1% subject to a cap of say 50,000 per client. Okay. So it again depends on the knowledge level of the investor and the type of the advisor he is.
Right.
So if I am advisor, if I know that I am charging 1% of the 2 crore, that is become too high for me, I feel. But there are people who still feel that 1% of everything is a genuine fee for him. So such planners, what they do, they attend only say 50 to 60 families, high net worth or ultra net worth like that, and they are happy with that. Whereas people like me, we are getting into masses. So I am playing a number game. So I feel, like I told you in the morning, I want a financial planner for the middle class, to the masses. And my dream is now to create around 50 to 100 planners like me, so that they will reach out to, say, 1,000 plus clients per head, so that it can be a revolution. So like I told you in the morning, that boy, the 29-year-old boy, is reaching out to me expecting that he will get a discount in the fee. Even though I am charging less, still there are people who cannot even afford that. So that is where I really want to operate. So I will be definitely creating some more planners like me who will be operating in that segment also. For example, from April onwards, there will be a planner who will be offering this service at 11,000 rupees. So anybody, including a government employee, can afford that. Doesn't mean that he is offering a substandard service. He's a very experienced financial planner. So he is doing it. He's catering to that segment only.
So what do you charge usually?
See, I started with a very small amount, and over a period of time, I started increasing by 1,000 rupees like that every year. So now, for a new client, in the first year I charge 18,000.
Okay.
And from second year, it is only half of that. That is 9,000.
Okay. But when we talk about middle class, and that is one reason why people say this is expensive. Firstly, that depends on the knowledge level you rightly pointed out. Because when we say 1%, people think it is too less. 1% I can pay for the rest of my life. But they fail to realize that if we are in fact hiring a planner to make us rich in future, then he will get the lion's share, not lion's share, but fair share of that richness. And that we fail to calculate. That's why some people think that 18,000 is too high. Second reason would be slightly genuine, because people don't have enough income. Middle class people in India don't have enough income, and they think this is high. So having said that, who should then come to you for services?
So firstly, let me tell you the difference between this 1% and the fee structure. Let us say now you are investing in a mutual fund, say 10,000 rupees per month. So I think now even a government employee in the current condition can invest 10,000 rupees per month in a mutual fund. So if you invest 10,000 rupees in a mutual fund for the next 20 years in a regular plan, assuming a 12% return, you will be getting around 1 crore. But if you avoid that agent and go to the same fund under direct plan, you will be getting around 1.2 crore. So the difference of 20 lakhs in 20 years on a monthly investment of 10,000 rupees. Now you compare that with the fee what I am charging. Let us say I am charging 18,000 in the first year. Second year onwards it is only 9,000. And my job is to make you independent in the next 3 years. So I don't want you to be with me as a client forever. So as a planner, my job is to make you a DIY investor in the next 2-3 years. So you will keep asking me questions. First year you will understand why this plan. Next year you will again asking why you are asking to change this fund. So you are slowly learning. So if you have a bit of interest in learning, in 3 years time you can become independent. Then you need not pay the fees to me. You will become a DIY investor. Or in the worst case scenario, even if you don't become DIY, even if you pay the fee to me for the next 20 years, still the fee what you are paying to me will be peanut compared to the 20 lakhs what you will be paying to the distributor in the case of a regular plan. Now think about a situation where after 5 years you will not be stopping with the 10,000, you will be making 20,000, 30,000 like that. So most of the clients coming to me, they invest 50,000, 1 lakh and all. Then you can see how much money they are saving by coming to a planner. So even for a person who is having a monthly salary of say 30,000 rupees, hiring a planner is better in the long term.
Yeah, but it's for most people it seems so counterintuitive. They fail because the value they'll receive in future, right? So the very reason they come to a planner is because they don't understand these things. So that is a gap that I think we need to bridge.
Exactly.
We need to educate them that how much money they stand to gain, how much money they stand to pay. But right now, a lot of people don't really get this concept.
That is why I used to tell in all the training programs, to reach out to a financial planner, you need a minimum level of financial literacy. That is not there now. Otherwise, what is happening? A platform like Kuvera, which is selling direct plan, that is also getting an RIA license. Okay. So, a platform like Kuvera is a SEBI registered investment advisor. A person like me who are charging a fee and giving an advice to an individual, we are also getting an RIA license. So SEBI has to bifurcate all those things. A platform should be given a separate nomenclature. A planner should be given a separate nomenclature. Within planner, somebody charging flat fee and giving advice on products and executing by the clients, they should give a separate nomenclature. But those things have become complex. So SEBI cannot do these things so easily. So it is only a first step in the right direction.
I think you rightly pointed out the Kuvera thing because they sell direct plans. so they don't earn any money from their users. Yet they have an RIA license, and it's like they have to get that RIA license because they need to improve their product, their application. How do they do that? They will recommend you based on your portfolio risk, some mutual fund portfolios, a basket of mutual funds, let's say. But they don't say ki there's a person behind it who's planning specially for you. That same plan might be given to 10,000 people, 10,000 users. In that sense, the license should be called something different so that the end customer should understand, okay, this is a person who will understand me, who will talk to me, who will write down my requirements and then make a plan. And this is an application which will do a fairly good job. We are not saying that they will do a bad job, but it can definitely not match the personal connection. But right now that is missing.
See, I tell all my clients to use any platform to invest, but only invest in direct plan. Right. So in my case, I recommend Quora or MF Central because they are more user friendly. Right. Earlier I used to recommend MF, but this is a bit complicated. So MF Central and Quora is the better options nowadays to invest in a direct plan. But they will try to sell you other products. They will recommend you gold, they will sell you that, this and all that. So I tell all my clients, use this platform only as a transaction platform. Right. Don't listen to the advice. True. Because advice, what they get is a generic advice, which may not be good for you. True. Because they don't understand their total portfolio. Because they key in the mutual fund data only there. Unless and until we understand the total portfolio of the client and the financial goals, we cannot recommend the right products. True. So my clients will not listen to their advice. They use this only a platform for transaction, that's all. Right. So don't get anything out of it. Right. So that is why it has to be.
So that's what I do. So on our channel, we always promote term insurance and health insurance, but we never promote any company, be it HDFC, be it ICICI, we don't promote because everywhere you go, you can't guarantee that their claim will get passed, and then people will come to us and they'll say that we took your word for it, and now we are 10 lakhs down, we are. And 70% of Indians are less than one medical bill away from getting poor. Yeah. Exactly. So I don't want to take that responsibility on my shoulders. So what I do instead is I educate people. I make a video. I tell them this is how you should. These are the things you should look in a term insurance. If you get it from any company, you should buy it. And one of the things being company should be having a good brand value. Exactly. Top 5 companies or top 10 companies. Exactly. And then I give them a platform link where they can compare policies, check out the features, and I leave the decision to them. I kind of have to do that because if I wanted to, I always recommend my friends, my family members that this is the policy you should take. But I cannot say that publicly because I don't trust any insurance company. So there's this insurance company called ACO, motor insurance company, motor in general. So I uncovered some very disturbing fact about them. It was about my car insurance, and I made a video about it. Now that video went viral. Around 80 lakh people must have seen that video, 80-90 lakh. So that company wrote to me. They WhatsApped me. I think they WhatsApped me or someone from their team WhatsApped me, and they left a comment on that video that we understand and we cannot deny the fact that we are at the fault. But rest assured, we would have passed your claim.
Okay. Had you represented?
Had you filed for a claim, we would have passed it. Okay. So it wasn't a claim related problem. It was some anomaly that I discovered in my insurance policy that they would have leveraged to reject my claim in the future. Okay. So I made the video to explain that situation to everyone. Okay. And they write me, we would have passed your claim. We are not like that. I wrote back to him, none of the insurance companies in India should be trusted on this sentence, and we are your customers because we have to, not because we want to. That is the sad situation of insurance in India. So we are at Muziris Binale exhibition. It's an art exhibition, and यहाँ पे different artists के artwork displayed हैं. And ये particular artist जो हैं, इन्होंने Indian farmers की situation पे art बनाया है, which is amazing.
have gone up to the CEO level of a company recently.
Yeah.
Not my case. It is because of a third party whom I don't know. I used to get a stray calls, messages like this, what I show you in the morning. So in one case I want to interview, it was related to health insurance.
Yeah.
Okay, so this was a case of claim rejection.
Okay.
So what I've done is, I know some people are working in that company, but at the same time I don't want to involve them.
Yeah.
Because if they CEO come to know that this man is involved in trying, then he will get punished.
Yeah.
Because I know that interest, so I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So I written directly to CEO. It took 15 days for me to get a response from CEO. That means I remember in 13 years back when I was working in SBI Life and all.
Yeah.
During those days, if a mail goes to CEO,
Yeah.
within minutes it will go to minimum 10 to 15 people in the company, and next day itself we have to address it. Otherwise,
Yeah.
they are answerable.
True.
Now that standard has pathetically got reduced to 12 to 13 days.
Yeah.
So even after sending the mail to CEO for 2 weeks, 12 to 13 days, there was no response.
And
So,
what's interesting is that if I get an email, if you get an email, if I have read it, I will surely reply. If I haven't read it, then in 15 days I would have received so many emails
Yes.
that chances are I will never read that email.
yeah.
Then the fact that they are responding after 15 days proves that they had read the email
Yes,
when it
yes,
arrived to
yes,
them,
yes.
but they chose not to reply.
not to reply. So even from the CEO, I was shocked.
Yeah.
Because even that too, I have shown my profile. That also, I am not a general person. Okay, I am also from the industry. I have given my profile also.
Yeah.
This was my profile, and I am doing it because there's a grievance against your company. It will affect your reputation. So I am telling you to do it in the interest of your company. I am no an interested party in this.
Yeah.
Even for such a mail, the CEO took 2 weeks to reply. Then CEO marked this mail to 2-3 people, and after 3 days, one person contacted me.
Yeah.
And that person called me, Melvin, I know you personally during your SBI Life days.
Okay.
Okay, because he and me have some common connection.
Okay.
Okay, so knowing that he was asked to attend to this complaint of Melvin, and still now I'm telling you, after 2 weeks, he told I'm helpless in this case. It was a very genuine claim.
What was the case? What was the problem?
So there, what is happening now? This post-COVID, there are so many health issues happening to people.
Yeah.
So I'll take an example. Let us say now our young chap is having a COVID 6 months back.
Okay.
Okay. I'm just taking an example. Don't take it as serious. After COVID, everything is gone. So 6 months down the line, suddenly he's getting fever.
Okay.
This happened to one of my cousins also.
Yeah.
So this particular example was like that. So he's getting fever. In the end of the day, he's getting around a slight fever.
Okay.
102 degree like that.
Okay.
So he started taking paracetamol as usual.
Okay.
Even after 15 days of paracetamol, he's persisting. His fever is not going. He went to a hospital. Normally.
Yeah.
So when they went to the hospital and telling that for the last 15 days I'm getting fever every day evening, he was immediately admitted. So there was no disease as such. It is only a fever. But it is a post-COVID symptom.
Okay.
So lot of doctors confirmed it is happening.
Okay.
So what happened? He is not having any chest pain.
Okay.
He is only having normal fever.
Okay.
So he has to admit because they have to do a lot of tests. So he has been admitted to a hospital where he went as usual. So he was there for 15 days, done a lot of tests. After 15 days, he has been discharged without any diagnosis because it is a post-COVID development.
Okay.
Now, coming to the health insurance claim,
Huh.
the person is admitted for more than 24 hours. So he is eligible for claim.
Yeah.
Point number 1, that is satisfied.
Yeah.
Now, why he has been admitted? He went to the hospital with this problem, and doctor only asked him to admit.
Yeah.
So that part also is there.
Yeah.
He has not gone and voluntarily asking the doctor to admit. That he has not done. So technically, the claim should be settled.
True.
Now, the insurance company's version is it is only a normal fever which doesn't require hospitalization.
Yeah.
Why should we pay a claim of 2-3 lakhs for the 15 days? Because they have done a lot of tests. I'm telling in my cousin's case, they have done even bone marrow. What is called
The bone marrow test.
What is angio? Not angio. There's a technical name for that.
Okay.
Biopsy.
Okay.
Biopsy. Because his fever, they are unable to find out the reason. They have done the bone marrow biopsy and find out this is not a cancerous thing, nothing like that. After 15-20 days, he has been discharged. But this poor man is not having any insurance, he paid everything from the pocket. But this particular claim, what I'm talking is, he is having an insurance claim. So this bill of 2 lakhs has been rejected. Now what happened, the particular financial planner was involved in this particular case. He find it very difficult because this client is telling, so and so you told me this claim will be settled. I'm not getting claim. So the financial planner got totally upset with this particular company. So he told me, Melvin, can you help?
Okay.
I went up to CEO, but there's no solution even now. The case is like that.
So, I'm trying to understand one thing. We have a lot of comments from our viewers that people like us can take a term plan. But if you go to any online portal, if you even talk to the company directly, they have 2 conditions. You should be graduate and you should have income above 2.5 lakhs.
if you have these two things, you are anyway capable of making more and more money. You are somewhat smart, yeah, right? But India has a lot of unemployed people, a lot of people who are maybe making some black money, not stealing money, but their nature of work is such. A tuition teacher, a street vendor, or something like that. And those are the people that require financial stability the most. When we say 70% of Indians are one medical bill away from getting poor, 90% of those 70% Indians are people like these who do need a life insurance because their family is probably dependent on them and they are probably making very little money to survive even today. But those are the exact people that are denied term insurance. Why is that, and how can the industry improve that?
Yeah. See, actually, if you look at India, all the financial products, be it mutual funds, be it stocks or credit card, all those things are limited to say around 10 crore people. Recently, only the number of Demat account has exceeded 10 crore. That too with a massive expansion which has happened after COVID. It has come to 10 crore. That means in a country like India with 140 crore population, let us say around 20-25 crore households, only 10 crore people have access to any form of investment. After the Jan Dhan bank revolution, only after that a good number of people got a bank account. For example, a servant maid who is coming to our office, now I am paying her salary through standing instruction. Till that, for the last 4 years, till COVID, till the time COVID, she was not having a bank account. I motivated to open a bank account. Now she is getting salary through her bank account. And beginning, she was having a habit of withdrawing everything on the same day. I told her it is not, aisa na karna nahi chahiye. You have to withdraw slowly, so that you will get money there, you will get some interest. So that slowly, I motivated her to savings habit. So this is what has to come in all spectrum of financial products in India. But the problem is who will build the cat? Coming to your question of insurance, all insurance companies are targeting only that high-class clients who are getting good salary, who are having good income as per paper, okay, going with the income tax return, and whose longevity is almost guaranteed. So you take in your case, for a person of your age, you may not have accessible income. If you are smart and if you have a good CA, you know how to do that. Okay, so that doesn't mean that you don't need insurance. You need insurance. So actually, what these insurance companies should do, based on the expertise they have in both in Indian market and overseas market, they should know a country like India with a huge potential of people. They should not confine their offerings to the elite class only. They should go to the second line. If you see the microfinance thing, they are targeting that segment. But in the case of life insurance, they are not getting into that segment. So microfinance is given even to the self-help group. Why not we think about a product like that? So if you go to a village, the person, a 35-year-old person who is working as a mason, what is wrong in giving a 50 lakhs coverage stream? A person who is earning 1,000 rupees per day, okay, he may not be filing the tax return because of the situation in India, income tax laws, but he is earning 1,000 rupees per day. He is having 1 or 2 children and is having a family to support if something happens. Let us charge a slightly higher premium than the elite people. So when they are giving an online premium policy, that is meant for the elite client. I can understand. So if they are getting a 1 crore policy by 1,000 rupees monthly premium, these people, we should give at least 50 lakhs coverage by charging a 600 rupees per month. There should be a loading because we can't compare a mason with a white collar job. There's an extra risk in that. But we should not deprive the insurance. So I think the way competition goes, some insurance company will come, especially targeting that segments and offer this at a lower, higher premium. But of course, it will offer to a wide range of people. Let us see the new generation companies will offer that.
So, so there was this new development. It's called Jeevan Saral Yojana, if I'm not wrong. So this is also a term plan which the government mandated, IRDA mandated that every company must offer, and it should not have any conditions whatsoever. Even people like us can take that term plan. The condition is that it can go up to 25 lakhs in cover. But IRDA, what I don't agree with them is they left the power to decide the premium amount to the companies. Now they are giving 25 lakh cover at 2,000 rupees per month, 2,500 rupees per month. These were the rates 1 year ago. I need to check today. Maybe they have become competitive. But it's sad that even if you launch a product for those people, it's not going to work. First of all, it's 25 lakhs. Secondly, you're charging premium if it's 2 crores of cover.
See, first of all, the intention should be good. We should have strong will. If we really want to benefit the people, if the intention is that, we should have a strong will and the mandate, and then we should implement, this should be done. See, there is nothing wrong in IRDA dictating a terms to all insurance company. If you are into this business, you should do this segment also at a subsidized rate. If IRDA decides the term, it has to happen. So ultimately, the will has to come from the top. Correct? So it is, they just want to add masses and at a high premium, nobody will come. See, first of all, this is a concept which is having a lot of reluctance from the public to accept. See, if I am a mason, I'm still going by the example of a mason, illiterate mason who make 1,000 rupees per month, per day. Still, I don't understand that I should do something for my family in my absence because I'm an illiterate person. So as an insurance company, it is your job to come and educate me that, Arey Baba, you have to think about something happens to you, who should take care of your wife and children. So that requires a lot of hand-holding, and then the premium also should be accessible to him. So we have to do this as a, I will not say charity business, as a social commitment. So as a regulator, instead of looking only from the profit angle, they should put a condition. All insurance company who is doing this much of business should have this number of policies in this segment also. Something like that should come. And I am telling you, since I am from this industry for the last 30-35 years, I am in touch with this industry. I am telling you, this portfolio also can be run profitably, provided we cut cost on all the unwanted things. We may not be able to give 35% commission to the agent. We may not be able to give a lot of Thailand trip to the employees, like what we were enjoying. Those things should be cut. So there should be some strict mechanism with a strong willpower coming from the top, right from the top. The central government should take initiative to ensure that all breadwinners of the family should have some coverage, so that if there is a train accident, if there is a mass accident happens, then there is no need for the central government to declare 1 lakh, state government to declare 2 lakh, which is peanuts. This insurance will take care to some extent. What is the benefit of Prime Minister declaring 2 lakhs or Chief Minister declaring 3 lakhs to a family who lose the breadwinner? If it is a 25 to 30 lakhs through a term plan, that family will benefit, even a poorest of the family. So that should be the mandate. So this should come from the strong willpower from the top.
Yeah. One thing you rightly pointed, if we cut the unnecessary expenses, agent commission, Thailand trips and all, and it's really a simple way to look at it. It's a numbers game. So in products where the ticket size is high, you can keep higher commissions because a very few people will buy anyway, and it's called a premium. It's for selected people only. But if you want to reach 110 crores of people, 130 crores of people in India, why can't there be just 5% commission? But if agent sells to masses, he'll make money.
No, it will not be 110 because 140 and all, including children and all. So first of all, you have to see the insurable people. We have to see the breadwinners. We have to see the breadwinner of the family, correct? If you look at one household, we have to say 1 or 2 people per household will be there. So assuming a 20-25 households in India, there will be definitely 50 crore people who need life insurance, term insurance, correct? Out of that, we can easily say around 10 crore will be there people who can manage by themselves. They don't need any subsidy. So any scheme like this should be given only to the needy. Not like government is giving this senior citizen savings scheme, or Suganya Samriddhi Yojana. Actually, they are meant for the poor people. Actually, what is happening? Poor people are deprived of that because they don't have the money. So in 99% of my clients, they have taken this scheme for their daughters, and none of them deserve it because they are all getting 10 lakhs plus income. So the government scheme should be monitored in such a way, it should reach only the deserving class so that it can be limited to them and we can give a good cover. So there should be, that is the reason I'm telling, there should be a strong willpower and mandate who should be the beneficiary. So the district collector should be empowered to identify the beneficiaries in each household through the help of the local people, and then those beneficiaries should be given this as a subsidized rate, including a bit of hand-holding, educating them the need for it. And they will also pay some amount, government can subsidize it. It can be run effectively. I'm telling you, in 5-10 years time, this can be a profitable portfolio. I know some sensible CEO of insurance companies will understand this market, and a day will come, they will operate this segment alone. Like a microfinance in finance, there should be some insurance company who is operating term insurance to the lower section of the society. And there should not be any lapse for the thing. Those people are honest. Those people are very genuine. They don't tell lie. That is the same thing what happened with microfinance. If you look at Bangladesh, how they are running that scheme. Bangladesh, that microfinance concept is doing very well because there is no lapse session. Poor people, they will commit suicide for 1 lakh default. Whereas 1,000 crore people are fleeing the country. I don't want to name. Person with 1 lakh debt, poor man is committing suicide. 1,000 crore chorwala is running away. Is staying in 5-star hotel. That is our country. So we should think about what is the microfinance revolution happened in Bangladesh. Something should be copied in India, both for microfinance and for micro insurance, I will say.
So just to quickly explain, what is the microfinance situation in Bangladesh?
See there, what happened, let us say now there are 10 ladies who are the breadwinners of the family. Because of various reasons, husbands are not interested. So these ladies are joining together. They have 5 people, just taking an example. I don't know the exact numbers. Okay, so there are 5 people joining together. All the 5 people are taking small loans from a bank. Okay, so what will happen? For member 1, the number 2 will be the surety. For member 2, number 3 will be the surety, and vice versa, like that. So in case of any default, the concerned person is also responsible to repay the loan. Okay, and they give money only for small businesses, say 5,000, 10,000, like that. So the risk of huge default is remote. And again, other than the person who is taking the money, the second person is also surety. So, and they will also indirectly motivate the first person to repay in time. Otherwise, the other person also has to be responsible. So normally, my experience is also like that. If you deal with the lower strata of the society, they are more honest, more genuine, and they feel bad when their self-esteem is questioned. So they don't default.
So that's nicely put. Now I want to understand from you, and this is my question as well. When people join a new job and they are given a corporate health insurance policy that covers them, their families and all, and generally it's considered a great cover. I know the con is that you sometimes either will forget to convert that into an individual plan, or sometimes you won't be able to do that when you leave the job. So that is a con. But is there any benefit, is there any huge benefit to having a corporate insurance policy?
So I will tell you, this corporate insurance in India is undergoing a lot of change. So when I was working, so 13 years back, at that time, parents were also included in the corporate coverage, and that was free of cost. Now what happened, over a period of just last 13 years, parents insurance is not free. So if you are taking corporate insurance by way of your employer, you will be getting free for you, your wife and kids. But for your parents, you have to pay the premium. That was the first change, or I will say the modification came in the corporate insurance. Then the second modification what has come is, they limited the type of hospitals. You cannot go to a corporate hospital now. So if you have a big corporate insurance, if there is a claim, they will say you can go to so-and-so hospital only. You are not eligible to go to the good hospitals like Fortis or anything like that. So naturally what is happening? If there is a serious health issue, we want to go to the best hospital. Correct? So we don't want to take a chance. So they are putting a cap. So what I want to say is, slowly, insurance companies are putting conditions for the corporate plan. Why? That is because there is a huge claim. India is a country where corruption is in our DNA. Okay. So when there is an option for a corporate policy, my father-in-law, my mother-in-law, my father, my mother, all these people who are not eligible for any policy at the age of 80, 82 are all coming and enrolling by paying the premium. They don't bother about the premium because they are sure of getting the claim. So this portfolio is not running profitably. So insurance companies are seeing that if it is cross-subsidized by a lot of young people, if there are 1,000 young people and say 200 old people, they will somehow cross-subsidize it. But if it is ulta, if the young people are less and old people are more, then actually they cannot run it effectively. So what happens next year, they will increase the premium. This type of insurance is offered through 1-year contract. So every year, your HR department is negotiating with the insurance company and they are sharing the cost and they are fixing the premium based on the experience of the claim. So now, over a period of time, seeing the claim, they are increasing the premium. A stage will come where employer will find it very difficult to administrate. Because the moment they realize that for a 10 lakhs coverage, this much is the premium, then you will say, I'm not interested. Or for employees, they will find it is very difficult to pay because it's again additional cost to the CTC. Some companies are already included this in the CTC. Some private companies started adding this to the CTC. So over a period of time, it will become unviable. So at that time, they will stop it. Then what will happen? You will be without an insurance.
And that too at an older age.
Now they are telling that you can do the portability to an individual policy. Let us say now you are 30. It is possible. This offer is coming through a group policy, which is 1 year. Conditions can change anytime. Let us say 5 years down the line, based on the experience, claim experience, when they negotiate, they are telling, we are no longer interested in this group. Okay, we are no longer interested in this group. So you have 50 employees in your organization, but your claim experience is very high. We are not interested in this. So they will back out. Insurance company will back out. So you will approach another insurance company. They will also back out because there is an internal mechanism of sharing the data. They understand this man is already hit list. They already back out. So as an organization, you will not get a corporate coverage. Then what will happen to your employees? You are under the impression that your employee can convert that into individual policy at the time of leaving the job or retirement. We cannot predict it even for 5 years. Okay.
It might not exist.
It might not exist at the time of 60. So all my clients who are telling this, except for the people who are in the central employees, who are sure of getting the CGHS, and the army people who are having the army scheme, others I am telling, pakka go for a individual cover. Even now, army clients are, people like in the colonel of army and all, they are also going for a personal coverage. Because they are telling the facilities in army hospitals are limited. So nobody want to take the risk. So everybody is going for individual coverage now. That's a big risk we are taking. I don't think that's a risk worth taking. Instead of that, it's better to pay a couple of thousands every year. Ensure to purchase a policy so that you can continue it as long as you live.
Yeah, true. And maybe it's for the better, because if companies cut out projects that are loss making or not that attractive, they might be generous into passing our claims, individual policy claims, and maybe claim rejection without any good reason might reduce, might stop.
That again depends on how the group is. If there's a big group, say like for example, if a big IT company like Infosys or TCS having lakhs of employees, they have good bargaining power with an insurance company. If X insurance company is not ready to give them offer, Y company will be ready. And they are also trying for their profit margin. So in the beginning, they may also try to get the market share. And luckily for a country like India, every year new and new companies are coming. You can see now new insurance companies are coming in the last 2-3 years. They are offering damn cheap premium. Correct. So that as long as the competition continues, there may be opportunities for the group insurance also to flourish. But a stage will come, everything will stagnate. Then the business will be based on the profitability. The insurance company, when they start thinking on the bottom line, then there will be checks everywhere. So, but the individual employees cannot take the risk. They should purchase a policy individually. That's my take.
Now, I want to understand, is there any difference between the functioning of an insurance company in the USA compared to India? I mean, do they also give 35% commissions in Thailand trips?
Yeah. So I'll tell you world over, I will put it into two ways. One is life insurance, one is health insurance. What is happening in life insurance world over, it is almost like that only. Okay. Because this concept of death and paying benefit, it is not getting accepted anywhere. Okay. So it is accepted only among the educated people. Okay. So to make it attractive to the clients, policyholders, what they have done, they have added all top-ups. Yeah. So what they will say, if you die, you will get 1 crore. That concept is not having takers. So they will say, you will die, you will get 1 crore. If you survive, you will also get this much. That is how the savings linked policies came to India also. Okay. So the same thing happens everywhere. Both in developed, let us take outside India and India instead of US alone. Then what will happen? To make it attractive, they come with offers. They will get this much. And they will add so many other benefits to pack it and charge more premium. They will add other riders like critical illness benefit. Okay, accidental death benefit, and they are collecting premium. So instead of telling that you will get benefit only if you die, they will say if you get critical illness, you will get this much benefit. If you die in an accident, you will get this much of benefit. All those things are added. So all things are bundled together, and then that make appealing to the policyholder. But the insurance company is making money everywhere. So what happens if you analyze a typical policy which is available in the Western countries? They are giving coverage up to the age of 90, 100 and all. Which is nonsense actually. Actually, a person don't need a life insurance after his working years. Everybody knows. But they are selling, most of the companies are selling policies like that. And they are adding critical illness rider, that also up to the long age. That makes sense, but the premium is very high. And for that, the premium they are collecting from the young age itself. So if you do that mathematics and the time value of money, the insurance company is minting money. And the poor policyholder is paying this from the young age for making some provision. So life insurance is marketed in the wrong way, world over. A lot of wrong things are also happening. ULIPs, everything is there. There is a Middle East also, it is a totally corrupt selling is happening in Middle East and all. I have many clients, they have many insurance companies, I don't want to name. They are all selling lot of things. But general insurance out of India, it is a very developed subject. Okay. Whereas in India, it is not at all a developed subject. Here we know only about car insurance and health insurance now. Even then, if you look into, say now I am in Kerala now. I am seeing among my relatives, except the government employees are getting this free scheme. Most of the people, they don't have a health insurance. So when they have a claim, they are running behind the money lender or they are breaking their FD and paying from the pocket. I don't know when these people, highly educated people, will have the common sense to purchase a health policy and mitigate that risk of hospitalization. And with the type of expenses coming with the hospital, unless and until they realize it, it is very hard to sell. So that is the huge potential for that in India. Compared to other countries, general insurance, whether it is vehicle or motor, fire, or all those things, I can tell you, I am not exaggerating. Even the beauty spot on the cheek of a Hollywood actress is insured.
Yeah.
Whereas in India.
Yeah, people get insurance for their voice.
Yes. Whereas in India, we know only about the car insurance, that is third-party insurance, which is compulsory. So we don't buy an insurance unless it is compulsory. So general insurance is a huge subject which has huge potential in India, but still we are not going
I
fast.
don't even know whether these policies exist.
Exactly. That too with the cutthroat competition. I don't know where competition is happening. That's what I'm telling you. All these competitions happening within this 10 crore people. So they are exploited again and again. And it is not going beyond this 10 crore. All the products, be it credit card, be it loan, anything. It's not going outside this 10 crore. So we have to think about a revolution where we take this to the masses.
So, speaking of mis-selling and claim rejections, let's talk about claim rejection for a bit. This might sound counterintuitive to a lot of people, but to me it sounds quite logical. Now, let's say I am a insurance company, right? I have 100 claims with me. I have to either accept or reject. Why would I accept any claim? I'll first reject all claims. Then out of those 100 people, maybe 50 are those gullible people who will admit that, okay, something is wrong with our policy, that's why we are not getting the claim, and that's why we should not fight for our claim. And the rest 50 will fight, and then I'll be happy, okay, 50 are eliminated, stage 1. Stage 2, 50 may say 25, I'll accept only 25, and I'll again try to manipulate other 25. Is that the approach insurance companies follow?
See, I'm telling, maybe it may vary from person to person. As a general policy, because I am coming from the LIC background, okay? When I was assistant branch manager sales, I was personally in charge of claim investigation, if there's an early claim. And we used to go and hand over the check personally to the widows. I personally has done around 55 cases. I still remember the face of the wife and children of almost 30 people, even now. There are certain cases which are very heart touching. And I personally feel that was creating a lot of goodwill for LIC at the time. When we settle one claim, but at that time the amount was very small, we used to call that particular agent, we used to go to their place, collect all the documents from the party and settle the claim at the earliest and hand over the check personally if possible in a function where branch manager, assistant branch manager and the particular agent and development officer is present. The goodwill that creates in that area for that LIC agent, development officer is immense. The subsequent sales we get from that entire area was immense. We have to see that as a very good opportunity to create goodwill.
And that's exactly one of the big reasons why people still trust LIC.
Exactly. And every month, as an assistant branch manager sales, we will have a bundle with me, the number of pending claim investigation. And one of my KRA was number of claims pending with me, investigation pending. If I have huge cases pending, that's a black mark on me. But that's the same case with the private company also. So that is not the case because it is like acting like a trust only. We don't keep claim pending. But what is happening individually, depending on the person, it may vary. For example, if a claimant comes to an office, we have to treat them as the best service provider. Because the lady, after losing the husband, we should know the mentality of that lady. Correct? I can tell you one. I can go to one example. During COVID, one of my close friend died in Kerala. Okay. This happened in 2000, the peak of COVID. So my childhood friend, he died. So I got the news. And I know he is having a policy. Even his wife is not aware of that. Because during our joint days in Kerala, I know one of my non-agent only sold this policy to him. I know he is having a policy. But I had a doubt whether the policy was enforced. Because 2-3 years he was abroad and then he came back, then he started a business, there was a business failure and all. So I don't know whether the policy was enforced. But within 2 days after the cremation, I called up one of my common friend. I told him go to this particular house and inquire whether this particular person's policy was enforced. Just to get the number. I will make arrangements because I have contacts in that branch where I worked. Within 3 days, he went and collected the documents. He, instead of the lady, my friend went to the branch office and luckily one officer working in that branch was known to me. I told her, you check this detail, this is my close friend. Within 10 minutes, I go to know policy was enforced. And next 1 week, the claim was settled. Claim was settled in 1 week time. So that is what I'm telling you. All insurance companies are interested in settling the claim. It's not that everybody is holding it. But the problem is if there's a problem, if there's a misrepresentation of material fact. For example, let us say now this particular gentleman, he died of COVID. Let us say he was a heart patient 10 years back. And if he has taken that policy without mentioning that, then this claim will be rejected. Even if this death is due to COVID. Of course, subject to this 3-year clause of Section 45 now. Okay. But genuinely, if a person has purchased a policy by disclosing everything, then all genuine claim will be settled. So for the information of the viewers who are watching this, I can tell you, be honest. Honesty is the best policy, and that is more important coming to insurance.
So I think when I was having a podcast with Pattu, he mentioned that you do a lot of pro bono work. You help people with their insurance claims, insurance mis-selling. How did that start?
See, I done many cases, but I can tell you one first case. One case which came to me. One day I got a call from one of my clients in Bangalore. He's working in a senior level in an IT company. He told his brother-in-law died last month. Sorry, 3 months back. And his wife is running behind the insurance company to get the claim. I asked him what is the reason for death. He told me he died of cancer. So I asked the basic data, when the policy was taken. He's telling he was taken the policy for a housing loan just 3 or 4 months back. That means he died within 4 months of taking the policy. Okay, so naturally the insurance company have all the doubt. If I am taking a policy today at the age of 45, and if I die within 4 months, and if the claim is say 50 lakhs, naturally insurance company has to doubt.
That too for cancer.
That too for cancer. Then naturally there's a genuine, we can't blame the insurance company. Okay. So luckily, I asked this person, you do one thing, ask her to call me. He told me she's working as a teacher, but she can talk fluently English and all that. No problem. I will manage. Little bit of Hindi I can manage. So with great difficulty, she called me next week. She and her son. Son was working, sorry, he was a student at that time. Okay. Then what happened? She explained everything. Or rather, I got some information from him also. I asked only basic information to understand whether the case is genuine. Because if you want to represent the case to an insurance company, first thing I should convince my conscience that this case is genuine. Because we can't trust anyone in this world. So I have to convince myself. But when I asked for the basic data, it took only 10 minutes to understand whether they are genuine or not. I asked the basic data, I realized it's a genuine case. Because sometimes I may be a cancer patient, I don't know today. Correct? If tomorrow if there is a blood vomiting, I went to hospital and getting it. Correct? How can they say that I was aware of it today? I'm not aware of it today. Correct? It can happen also. Na? So like that, I put the devil's advocate role. Then I found out it is a genuine case. I asked only one question. That person was an employee of a company. I asked him one question. His wife, whether he has taken a lot of leave. He has taken a lot of leave. She told me he has not taken any leave. He was a workaholic.
Then he could not have known.
I'm telling, these are only 3 questions I asked. He was, whether he has taken any sick leave in the last 10 years. He said no. Sir, actually he was going to office on Sunday also. Okay, point number 1. Point number 2, who is his family doctor? Telling there is no family doctor at all. But he don't have any problem. Only I used to get a lot of fever and all once in a while. And there is a doctor. I told you give the number of the doctor also. I collected. This is a family doctor. I found out 99.99% is a genuine case. Because we know who is telling lie, who is telling. We have seen a lot of cases like that. I find out who is the insurance company. Luckily, the person who is in charge of claim, that person is known to me through a common friend. Okay. I reached out to him through a WhatsApp message. In the next 2 hours, I told him there is a case like that. He immediately called me. Melvin, is it known to you personally? His first question. He knows me personally. He asked me, Melvin, do you know this case personally? He said, no, I don't know personally. But it's a known case to me through a common, my client. He told me the case is with me for investigation. The file is with me only for investigation. This is the case. I told him I understand all the basics. It's a case within 4 months of taking the policy to cancer. Naturally, all doubt is there. Told him you go for investigation, but this is my prima facie findings. Okay. I told him no. Actually, I was also thinking the same line because he has done the preliminary investigation through somebody below, but still it is an early claim within 4 months, and the amount was 50 lakhs, not small amount. Told him he has taken this policy mainly for his home loan. If his intention was something bad, he would have gone for 3 crore coverage.
True.
Correct.
The coverage would have been equal
This
to the
was
loan
been
amount.
this has been imposed to him because of the loan from the bank. So 99% we know it is not a fraudulent intention. He has not taken any sick leave. Clearly shows that there's nothing wrong with him as per his knowledge. He was having cancer. He diagnosed it now. It can happen tomorrow to me and me also. He told me, Melvin, don't worry. Give me 24 hours. I'll clear it.
Arre.
Within 24 hours.
Nice.
And she went to the, I don't want to name, it was sold through a bank. This policy was sold through a bank. And she went to the bank to collect the check. And the bank manager tried to sell a policy to her.
Oh.
Okay. And that is why I became totally against these bank employees. And from there, she called me. She told me, Sir Melvin, these people are telling you deposit this money in a scheme here itself. I told her, you give the phone to the manager. Okay, he gave to the manager. I told him only one thing. Sir, you are a branch manager. I was also a branch manager of an insurance company for a couple of years back. When somebody comes to our cabin They are coming with a lot of trust. That trust a bank manager much more than anybody in that village. Correct? So, you should be honest to the party. And this is a death claim case. She's getting this money after this loan is deducted. From this 50 lakhs, the loan is deducted. She's getting only the balance. Around 20, 30 or 40 lakhs only she's getting. Some 10 or lakhs loan is outstanding was deducted. So she is coming to you to get a fair deal, and you should not try to sell policies. I am also from that background, but I will not sell like this. It is not expected out of. He told, no, Melvin, no problem. I will do that. I told him one more thing. If you try to do something, within 1 hour you will get a call from the MD of your company. That much I can do, sure. Okay. That I will do that. I will see to that. Within minutes, he himself filled up the pay slip and deposited the money in her account. And she's my client. Later, her son came to Mumbai for study, and I was a local guardian for that boy. And now that boy is working in an IT company. He's married. I invited to marriage in Bengal and all. Okay, I have not gone, but I'm telling they have become my family friend. I have not seen her. I have not seen the boy. I have not seen anyone. Even I have not seen the brother who was my client. I have not seen him. But I'm telling the family is known to me A to Z. After that, similar case came to me because I think this lady wrote in the Facebook, correct? This lady, one day, I'll tell you how it was known to me. I was not aware what happened after that. One day, suddenly on Facebook, I started getting a lot of friend requests. 30, 40 like that. I was thinking, what happened today? Then somebody called him and told him, Melvin, one lady has written something good about you. I was not very active in Facebook. Then I found out this lady who has written something. I don't know this person. He has introduced to me my brother, but he has done so many things. I have to thank you so much. Like that, she has done a big essay. Seeing that, a lot of people send friend requests to me. Then I realized if this lady is a principal of a school, if she is having this much of issue, there will be a lot of people who are having this much issue. Then I made it public. I wrote it in the Facebook. Anybody who needs the support, how to present the case, how to fight it out. If they are genuine, if it is genuine, if it is denied, please come to me. I will do it free. I don't charge anything. Because I know the difficulty of a lady who lost her husband. I think 30 to 40 cases I have done in the last 13 years.
It's quite admirable.
I really feel very happy.
I feel happy listening to
I
this.
really feel very happy doing this.
I think it's dark now. Let's go to the room. Sir, we were talking earlier that I mean everybody agrees we have to develop some kind of a system where students, college students, school students should be taught finance, because if that does not happen, companies in the capitalistic world will always take advantage of people by mis-selling or anything, and it's happening across all sectors. So first of all, what is the right approach to educate crores and crores of students, and secondly, is there an example we could learn from?
So actually, the financial literacy is something which is totally neglected in India. See, to be very frank, if you talk to a person who's studying MBA finance, even he is not learning personal finance. Because when I had done MBA, I had done it with IGNOU. So I thought, okay, it is maybe IGNOU, it is an old syllabus. Then I checked with someone, when I went for a campus interview in a decent institute, I checked with a boy who was studying MBA finance. He told the same thing, even he is learning something, the book is written 20-25 years back. I was surprised when I see in some books it was mentioned that online purchase will become popular in future. Whereas I am already purchasing on Amazon. I'm telling you about the story 5-10 years back. When Amazon and Flipkart was common, still even some of the MBA syllabus is not covering even that. That is the situation in India. So coming to financial literacy, it is totally neglected. I even given one comment in the Prime Minister's website that it should be imparted to all graduate students almost 5 years back. No response. I know. Because if financial literacy is imparted to masses, some of the products will go out of market. Not only products, some of the institutions will be winding up. So that is the where. So as you said, now everybody has to survive. They are doing this thing. The only way to do that, somebody has to take initiative for his state, if it is a chief minister, or for a panchayat, if it is a panchayat president, or if it's a college principal for the students of his college. Somebody has to take initiative. But unfortunately, it is not happening. When I requested in the beginning, 2010 and all, when I was having a lot of time, I requested all the colleges in and around Mumbai to give me 1 hour or 2 hour slot. I can come and take a session free. Except 1 or 2 colleges, nobody agreed. I contacted a lot of IT companies. I ready to do a session without expecting anything. Only 1 or 2 Tata Group companies allowed. Others not allowed. They don't want to spend 1 or 2 hours for this thing. So everybody is bothered about the opportunity lost on this 1.5 hours. Whereas it will have immense benefit for the employees. And recently I heard one state in India, that is Tamil Nadu, taken an initiative. They have approached SEBI to roll out a plan like this to educate their scholar students. And what I heard, SEBI in turn shortlisted 2 financial planners, and they are training lot of college teachers, both online and offline, on the essentials of personal finance. And they in turn will be training all college students in Tamil Nadu in the next couple of years. That's a revolution. Hats off to Tamil Nadu government. Nobody has taken that initiative. I think all chief ministers should take a lesson from them and try to do something. But at the end of the day, it is a political will. And a lot of political, politics also will play there. So I don't know who will belt the cat. But that happens at state level and gradually go it across country. In the long time, at least next generation will benefit out of that.
True. Even we are planning to do something like that. We will announce it in coming weeks. And the intention is pretty clear that school students, college students should learn personal finance at that age. If college is not providing them, then someone has to take the responsibility.
The problem is that even the students will not come to see. For example, if it's a credit card selling, people will come because they feel it is a product they need. Whereas even the so-called students or college students, they will not come to such a site. Even if I say I will give it free. Because they don't realize this as a need. And by the time they realize this as a need, they would have already missold a policy. Let us say I told you in the morning, the 28-year-old boy who contacted me for health support. Even if I analyze his portfolio, I am 100% sure he would have already purchased a policy which is not good. And the premium commitment will be for the next 20 years. So this has to be imparted right before he receives his first salary check. So that he will not make any mistake.
And this is quite deeply rooted in the middle class minds, that they don't realize that it's a missold policy.
Exactly.
So I was sitting with a loan agent. I was transferring my loan from one bank to another because that bank was charging way more interest. So the person asked me while making up my profile, what is your income, what are your expenses, what are your investments, and people consider investments separately and then LIC. So they ask 2 questions. What investments do you have? And the person, middle class person, replies, I have PPF, I have mutual funds, I have stocks. That is what he calls investments. Then the next question, what LIC policies do you have? Then he replies, मेरे पास जीवन उमंग है, जीवन रक्षा है, ये है वो है. Ideally, everything is investment, but people perceive LIC policies as something that is a necessity. And when he asked me, okay, now tell me about your LIC policies, I said I don't have any. And he looked at me. I said, you don't have any LIC policy?
As if we have done something wrong.
Yeah. So that is the mindset of people, and people really need that awareness and education to finally tell the difference. What is a good policy? What is a bad policy? Even LIC sells good policies, but people don't know about those policies.
See, this mainly sold by the near and dear relatives or friends and all those things. So for them, they have their sales target. What they want is just a 5 lakhs or 10 lakhs policy. So they just go and sell and pitch at the product which you should buy. So I am buying it from you because I thought I should help you. And I am thinking that I am doing a favor to help you. I am not buying it for my benefit. Ideally, what should be then? You should come, explain to me why you need a policy, and I should buy it for my family. Then this 5 lakhs is not sufficient. But the premium for 5 lakhs is very high because it's a savings linked plan. So it is your job to educate me, Arey Baba, you need at least a 1 crore policy to take care of your family if something happens. Then naturally you have to pitch a term plan to me and the premium will be less. Then you are not happy because in term plan you are getting less premium, less commission. So ideally you are not doing anything which is beneficial to me. You are doing something which you want to fill your sales target, and I am becoming a scapegoat for that. And I am telling that I have a policy. Now say tomorrow he is coming and trying to sell a policy to me, good policy, a term plan. What is my answer being a middle class person? I already have a policy I taken from Mandeep. And he is not asking me whether it is an endowment or money back or a term plan. If he asks me and I will tell it is a 5 lakhs policy, then he will tell me 5 lakhs is meant for what now? If I die today, 5 lakhs is not sufficient even for a decent cremation. That is the situation now. So why should I purchase a 5 lakhs policy? It is not helpful for me if I die. And on maturity, after 20 years, if you calculate the internal rate of return of that policy, it may be hardly 4%. When the FD rate itself is going to be 5%, 6%, an endowment policy will never give more than 4% return in the long term. So I am getting locked into that product just because to satisfy my neighbor or friend, an agent, whoever it is.
I think they should make it like make the IRR flexible, like home loans. That way, whatever interest they are getting, they have to pass it on to the customer.
That is happening now. That is happening out of the way. That is what is called rebating. So it is not allowed officially, but that is happening. So ideally, this is not the solution. If you really want to be product innovative, if some sensible CEO come to a insurance company, what he should do now? He should think about long term. He should see what India is. India is not a Western country with 20 crore population. It is a country with a huge population, huge young population to come up again, and lot of migrants. So here we should have specific strategies to target all the segments separately. The strategy which is meant for me may not be applicable to you. Like what we told earlier, the so-called white collar job is one thing, maybe 10 crore people. Another 10 crore people are there who are not white collar, but earning much better than that. In the last 2 weeks, I was interacting with many people in connection with the property purchase, and I realized how much these people are earning. The mason, the engineer who is making the thing, even the document writer, the way they are earning is immense. But there will not be any income on paper. They also need a term plan. They also need insurance. So the future insurance agent should be a financial supermarket. He should not sell only just the endowment or money back. He should sell all products, not only confined to life insurance, health insurance, travel insurance, vehicle insurance, mutual funds, credit card, everything. So this typical insurance agent should change himself to a mini financial supermarket. So a CEO of an insurance company, if he is having vision, he should train his agents to such a way that the agent should upgrade from the role of an agent to a actual financial distributor or a powerhouse, I will say. When such an agent comes to you, you are getting all products from him. You are getting a term plan, you are getting a health insurance, you are getting a credit card, correct? You will getting a loan, everything. So that agent will become your one-stop solution for all personal needs. Such an agent will get an easy access to you. So he can resell so many products to you. Correct? So this is the way a CEO of an insurance company should target. But now what is happening? The CEO of an insurance company is telling his agents, you sell only life insurance, not even sell health insurance. That is wrong. He cannot, because a life insurance agent will not get entry to a client. But if he's come with all products, he will get an entry easily. Along with that, he can sell insurance. So that's not happening. That is why. So if you ask me what you will do, if I get full power to run an insurance company, I will be tapping only those segments. And I will make my agents, all powerful agents, to sell all financial products. And life insurance product will be one among them. So instead of an agent selling, say, 10 policies in a month, even which is not happening now, he can easily sell 20, 25 policies. Along with that, he will sell all other products. That will make his pocket attractive, and he will stick on to this business, and there will not be any attrition of agents. Now what is happening? Out of 100 agents coming to this field, hardly 10 people survive after 2 years. Balance are going out, lot of orphan policies, the policies lapse, agent is not happy, policies holders are not happy, company is losing the name. So these things should be arrested. So everybody should have a long-term vision.
We were talking about kids and how college students and school students should be taught personal finance. I think you also hinted that you are doing something for the kids. Could you explain that?
Yeah, sure. Actually, I started that in a small scale in the year 2003 because someone approached me when I was in Madurai in Tamil Nadu. Someone approached me and told me there is a kid who is studying in the school. His father is a drunkard, he's a fisherman. He is not sending his child to the school. So this boy is good. I think he's studying at the time 8th standard or something like that. So this person who contacted me told me this is a situation that boy is good in studies, but his father is not allowing him to study because he feels the son can join his fisherman business so that he will be able to make money. Then this person told me actually it's a very sad situation. The boy is interested in studies. Then I asked them what boy should do. I told them if we support them financially, at least that will motivate the parent to keep the child in the school. So I told him what is required. Told him you can sponsor their education. That is what they expect. Something like that can be done. So I found out it's a very genuine case. So year was 2003. So I told, don't worry, what I will do is you collect their bank details. I will transfer 1,000 rupees to the child's mother, not to the father because I know he will drink it. So I started giving 1,000 rupees every month to this child. So child was in 8th standard. So this motivated the father to keep the child in the school. But anyway, he's getting 1,000 rupees. That is taking care of the school expenses because school was free. So book, dress, everything is covered under the 1,000 rupees. At that time, that is a decent money. So the child is continuing to study. Then I started thinking. At that time, also this education loan concept was almost new. But even to get an education loan, we have to complete 12th standard. Only for graduation, they are giving it. So I told this boy, I will support you like this till you complete 12th. After that, you have to take education loan and study because I was also in a low level employee at that time. I think I was in Madurai. I was a branch manager of Bajaj Allianz at that time. I told him, I will support you till you complete 12th. After that, you have to take an education loan and study. The boy was so happy because otherwise he was to become a fisherman. That's for sure. Even he dropped out of the school. Then he rejoined and this 1,000 rupees was going smoothly. I give standing instruction was going. And he completed the 12th. Then he took an education loan. He gone for some normal graduation and he became a clerk in a bank. And he was the first bank employee in his entire village out of the fisherman community. So I feel so happy. And then parallelly like this, now seeing this, I thought, okay, there's a lot of people like this. Then slowly, next year I supported one more child and I supported that child also with 1,000 rupees. Like that, slowly that increased. I was getting immense satisfaction, more than the money. See, when I get, say, for example, if somebody is paying money to me as a client now, I'm getting an SMS alert. Similarly, when I pay money to someone also, I'm getting an SMS alert. I started getting more happiness when this money goes to their account. Because what I see now, when I'm getting an SMS alert that 2,000 is debited from my account, I could visualize another SMS alert in that boy's mother's bank account where 2,000 is credited. So when a poor lady who's struggling to educate the child is smiling, seeing this SMS, I could visualize that smile and I started feeling very happy. So slowly I increased the number from 1,000. After 5-6 years, I increased that to 2,000 per month. Then it has reached around 15 children. So in 2018, on 50th birthday of me, I decided I should make it public. Till that time, I was not telling. Even my wife don't know that I am doing this. I was doing a secret because that is the way it has to be. But then I realized if I do it alone, like this secrecy, I may do 15 or 16 or 20 like that maximum because there is a limit for me to spend on that. So 15 children means 15,000 to 30,000 per month was going. So even when I was not earning also, because I left my job, even during that period also, I was paying out of my savings. In 2018, I made it public. And I give a name, Kids Education and You. Key, K-E-Y, because I feel key to the future of the child. That is why one of my good friend from Tamil Nadu days, Madurai days, Mr. Amgi Murugan, he suggested this name to me, Key, Kids Education and You. Then I made to public to all my clients. This is what I am doing for the last so many years. Today is my 50th birthday. So I want people like you who can sponsor this to join for this thing. So the scheme is like this. I am an only intermediary. I will identify beneficiary child, especially from the family where the earning member expired, father expired. It's a very simple way. Normally such family only the husband will be working. Wife will be housewife. Lady will be housewife. That is the situation of that lower middle class family. If the father die out of an accident or something, normally the children will never go to school. They will be drop out and they will become antisocial elements. That is what I have seen everywhere, both in Kerala, Tamil Nadu or Maharashtra, where I worked. I have seen like that only. Now if you found a way where this child can be kept in school by giving some money, so that expense will cover the cost towards the school, dress, books and all those things. This will motivate the mother to keep the child in the school. And if the child is serious, child will pass the school. And now in the current situation, if anybody pass 12th standard, a lot of banks are ready to give education loan. Up to 4 lakhs education loan, anybody will get without any surety. I am aware of it. I am handling it with many clients. So up to 4 lakhs, no bank can ask any question. So many children are studying nursing and all with the 4 lakhs loan out of our scheme. So up to 12th will support. So I made this public on my 50th birthday, that is 5 years back. This March, this next month end, 29th, this is my 55th birthday. So we are completing 5 years of Key. Now, number of beneficiaries from that 15, which I was doing personally, now it has gone to 545 today. So 545 children are getting 2,000 rupees every month to their bank account. Wow. So this has created a lot of happiness to me. To be very frank, now I am more happy in celebrating my birthday to declare the number under Key. So forget about my 55. I'm removing that first 50. But that last 5, where this scheme is there, I feel I am only 5-year-old. So I associate my age with this Key. So in the last 5 years, I could reach out to 545. I'll try to make it 555. That is my dream. Before this 29th March. 555.
That's quite inspiring. And who who funds Key? I mean, you let your clients together pool in money.
No. It is a direct transfer because I believe, I say not a single rupee come to my account. That is the transparency of that. So, for example, somebody like Pattu, since you know him, I'm telling you. Somebody like Ashal. So, there are many people, both are beneficiaries. Okay, both are sponsors. So, when I announce this scheme, both are sponsors. What they will do? So, I am maintaining parallelly two lists. One list of beneficiaries. Okay, shortlisted through various sources. Another one, list of ready sponsors. So, I am parallelly maintaining two Excel sheets. Okay. So, when I got a request from somebody, the father died in an accident. There are two kids. So, I will support one child in one family. So, I will almost take a list, person from the other list, sponsor list. So, for example, if it is Mandeep, I will connect Mandeep with the child. Okay. Then, I will share the bank details of the mother to Mandeep. Mandeep will credit 2,000 rupees to the child, mother's account. I will confirm that they received the money. From next month onwards, Mandeep will give a standing instruction that money transfer automatically 2,000 rupees per month to their child. Okay. And every year, after the academic year is over, or when the new year class starts in June, I will collect the progress report of the child and share with the sponsor. So sponsor will understand the child is getting promoted to next class. I will not insist on any high percentage mark because we can't expect that from that segment of students. Just passing up to 12th. That much will ensure. Because I feel in the today's condition, students from that background, if they complete at least 12th standard, they will get at least some job in a department store or a supermarket or as a delivery boy, something like that. But if they drop out at the age of 7, 8, 9 and all, they will become antisocial element. So at least I thought I should do this much. This is my contribution to the society. And I want to make it to the next level in a big way.
That's quite inspirational. So, how many sponsors do you have for this?
Most of the sponsors are middle class clients from my list.
Okay.
My clients, my friends and well-wishers. There's only 1 or 2 people who are businessmen. One person is supporting 15 kids.
Oh.
Only one.
Okay.
15 kids. Others are mostly only 1 or maximum 2. So I feel only one person should support only one. It's a question of participation. I am sharing, I am caring. You know?
So, what is the amount that they need to support one kid?
2,000 per month.
2,000.
Now it is 2,000 per month.
And that is enough to enough for tuition fee, books, and clothes.
Everything. Because most of the schools' education is free now. So this 2,000 will go for them for purchasing the dress for the school, books for the school, and little bit for the private tuition if they are going. And during the COVID period, they were spending money on buying a handset, second-hand handset in most cases, to attend the online classes.
Okay.
I remember during that period, there were a lot of requests. Sir, my child is not having a handset. Then I told him, you wait, next 2 months you will be getting 2,000 into 3, 6,000. You purchase a second-hand handset. So I was doing that mediation job.
Okay, that's quite amazing. And how do you plan to make it big?
So now, this is going parallelly. What this is done by many people. I'm only one party to that, but it is coming from various people also. So that is, support is there up to 12th. Now what I'm seeing, there are a lot of students after 12th or they are unable to do that. For example, now I'm handling a case. There's a girl who has gone for a nursing course. She has taken loan from bank. So bank will give only 1 lakh per year for the next 4 years. She's studying for nursing. So that is a limit these people will get because they are landless people. So they don't have any surety. So bank is giving 1 lakh per year. Only in the first year, their fee is 2.5 lakhs. The girl has already joined the course, nursing course in Karnataka. Mother is getting a 5,000 rupees salary as a sales girl. So how can she fund this 1.5 lakhs? She is running for 1.5 lakhs. Okay, so next 3 years, she will be getting 1 lakh. That she can manage from this loan. For this year, she need 1.5 lakhs. She is trying to get 10,000, 5,000 from various people. So I connected her with an NGO and that NGO has agreed to give 50,000 rupees. Because that person is known to me, I told her it's a genuine case. Now still there is a shortage of 1 lakh. She is struggling for that. So I'm just thinking, I'm planning to create a trust out of my savings. I told you in the morning. I'll be creating a trust and I will step in to support such children so that we'll be able to support that 1 lakh in the initial year so that the child will come out of a nursing course. The moment she come out of the nursing course, she will be able to get a job either in Kerala or in any part of India or abroad because there's a lot of demand for nursing. This particular example I'm telling because this girl is studying for nursing. So I feel now if I can help that child and to become a nurse, she will take care of the family. That is how I started this concept in 2003 because I have seen similar story happening near to my house. In that girl, now told that case which I saw in my village, I mentioned in that story which I shared with you. There are 12 to 15 people in that family now employed in white collar job in the next generation for a help given by an old man who died 30, 40 years back. So still that act of he's helping one girl to come and study, has helped the entire family. So in that family, in the next generation, I am seeing 12 people in white collar job working both in India and abroad. I think they would have forgotten the story, but still I remember that old man who helped this girl. So that was my motivation. As a schoolboy, I was watching that. If one old illiterate person can help one family, I'm sure I should do something. This is my moral responsibility. So I'm sure the next 10-15 years, as long as I live, I'll be spending a lot of time on that and really want to make an impact. That is where I want to make an impact now.
Of course. And I also want to help you achieve that.
Yeah, I already have some sponsors pending. I'm already having a sponsor. I will add your name to that. You will get a request. You will get a request in a couple of weeks' time. Because I am not getting much time to explore and get the genuine child. Because I am very particular about selecting the kids. I will not give to anyone who don't require it. There should be a needy person. So that is where the time goes. That is the most thing. And that money goes directly to them. That is the beauty of it. It's not that somebody is giving money to me. Tomorrow, if anybody can. So somebody asks me, Melvin, tomorrow somebody question you what you are doing. Telling what they can question. I can show my bank statement from the day I started earning. Nothing is there. Except my fee income, I am not getting anything. Here the money goes, I am only an intermediary. Money goes from the party to the child's mother directly. So nobody can question that. I am doing something good, that's all. Let them come and question. Let the income tax people question. Nothing will happen. I am filing my return from 1994. And see, what else I can do? So I am telling you, there are people who are sub-inspectors trying for IPS. I am telling in the children's list what I supported. One boy in Karnataka, he is already working as a sub-inspector. He is trying to get into IPS. Okay, and 2-3 people are bank employees now. Okay, and one boy is studying for MBBS. I supported him only till 12th. After that, now that boy is studying in MBBS in Delhi.
And people like them reaching IPS, MBBS level compared to any other person who was well-to-do reaching the same level, these people, former group of people will be more humble, will be more helpful towards the society because they know how they got this opportunity.
Exactly. This is what I want to do. So I want to make an impact to the society in a possible way what I can. And that is where I am doing that.
True. Truly respect that.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for your time and thank you so much for exploring Kochi with us.
Thank you, Mandeep. It was a pleasure to meet you.
I feel so bad, you got so little to eat and we were traveling. So apologies.
No. When we have something to do, eating, all those things are immaterial. I don't bother about all those things. I was workaholic all along. Forget about all those things. And it was a pleasure to be with you for a day and doing something. I'm sure at least your audience will definitely benefit by this. Thank you. Okay, so before ending up, let me tell you something about the Fee Only India movement, where I am also a part of it, where there are 20-25 financial planners like me, Fee Only Financial Planners. We have an informal organization. There's a website called feeonlyindia.com where 20-25 planners are listed who are all charging flat fee and doing very ethical service to the clients who don't sell any products. Okay. So if any of the viewers are interested in hiring a financial planner from the location where they are, you can explore that website feeonlyindia.com so that you will be able to get a planner of your choice from the location where you are. So that will definitely help them in your journey to become a DIY investor, which I feel is the best thing. So 2-3 years you can be with a planner and then you can be DIY, do it yourself. That will definitely help you and your family.
Cool. Also, let's mention that you are maybe planning to reduce your personal clients from April.
Yeah, so I already made a pop-up in my website. I'm taking only clients with less than 3 lakh salary and with the people with less than 3 crore net income. So I may be making bit more strict from April. So I'll be reducing my number of clients to very low level. So my intention to tell you this is not to attract clients because I am in the reducing space. So I feel the client should benefit, the viewers should benefit, so that they can explore this feeonlyindia.com rather than exploring my website. Okay. That's my thing. And I am also, as I told you in the morning, I am also in the process of molding another 50 to 100 financial planners in the next 5-10 years who will be charging reasonable fee so that even a middle class government employee should get a financial planner whom he can manage within his low salary. Okay. That is my next dream.
That's amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Thank you so much for listening to this podcast and apologies for the delay. Before you go, I would appreciate if you check out Cred app from the link given in the description. With Cred app, you can manage and pay all your bills, be it water, groceries, utilities, and credit cards, and pay them well before due dates. The app will reward you with Cred coins for being financially disciplined. You can use those coins to get great discounts on Cred Store. With this, we've come to the end of Jagruk Talks Season 2. Or is this the end? Really? Let's see.
तो द शूट इज़ डन फाइनली एंड हमने एपिसोड 6 एंड एपिसोड बोनस, क्योंकि जागरूक टॉक सीजन 2 वाज सपोज टू बी 6 एपिसोड्स एंड ये तो पहले ही सोच रखा था मैंने कि एक बोनस एपिसोड तो करेंगे ही, बट आप लोगों को बाद में बताएंगे. एंड नाउ वी विल एक्सप्लोर केरला. हम यहाँ बस इसलिए लेटे हैं क्योंकि रोहन ने बोला कहीं जाने से पहले मुझे 5 मिनट लेटना है.
यार मेरे पैर दुख रहे हैं भाई, तो हद है. दुखते हैं, नहीं आदत, और साला इतनी ह्यूमिडिटी, गर्मी लग रही है, चिप चिप फील हो रहा है, चिपचिपा फील हो रहा है. ओके